How's everybody doing on this Monday? I am outside. It felt a lot warmer today here in Montana. We've had a really long winter of a lot of snow. At one point, the snow was up to our knees. That's how much snow we had. But right now, it's around 50 something degrees, and but it feels about 40. But yeah, we're starting to hear the meadowlarks sing again. So I think we're getting close to spring. We're getting close to spring. I don't know if you guys could hear the meadowlarks. That's the Montana bird. If you could hear them singing in the background, that's what we've been missing all winter. So it's so exciting. As I said on Instagram, I'm going to start going live more on YouTube because I've been shadow banned so bad on Instagram. So I got to start going live over here more. Um, hey. So, hey there. Good to see you on YouTube. Yes, I'm happy to be on YouTube. As I promised, I'm going to try to do more YouTube videos over here, more lives over here, posting more content over here, just making that everything that Meta is doing, they're going to start censoring us, you know, I think it's already happening. I've been shadow banned so bad over there. My videos barely get any views, and I got 600,000 followers. 600,000 followers, and with only like 1,000 likes, which means they're not showing my content. But I'm out here on the homestead today. We got some good news, and then we got some bad news. Good news is we have one of our Highland cows. They're way up on the hill, so I would show you them, but they're not down here. They've already come down for their hay, and they're just kind of roaming right now. But um, our heifer, hey, you're from IG. Great, great, great. I'm glad to see you came over. Thank you for coming over and following this page. I appreciate you helping me grow over here. Um, I really appreciate it. But the cows, we have a steer, we have a bull, and we have a heifer. And the heifer is going on 3 years old, and she is now expecting her first calf. So we found that out a few days ago. And the way you typically find that out is when their udders start to get really big and they start to fill with milk. Typically that's how you know, right? So there are vets out there that can do ultrasounds, but why would you spend the money if you just have all the obvious signs right there? So we have a calf that will be born on our homestead soon. It will be our very first birth on the homestead. So a little nervous about that, not really knowing, you know, we've seen it on YouTube, we've seen it on TV, but we've never witnessed that before. But the good thing about Highland cows are really good at giving birth. Like they typically don't need assistance. Sometimes they need assistance, but we'll see how she does. Hopefully, she doesn't give birth while we're away because we are planning to take a trip here real soon. But we will have our neighbors looking out as well. We have some awesome neighbors that typically look after our livestock whenever we are traveling. So hopefully we don't get the call from them that it happened because I really would like to see it and witness it. But yeah, having a calf, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen greetings from North Dakota. What? That's so exciting. The property is beautiful. Thank you so was getting a call and that's why it kind of got delayed or something. Something happened. That's my daughter calling, but she gonna have to call her dad. I'm on a live. She can call her dad. But yeah, I'm excited. Hello from North Dakota. Hello from North Dakota. Tell me what your weather is like there. We are warming up here. It was 50 today, so that's why I feel good about being out here on a live with y'all. I want y'all to see the land, see the property, talk to you a little bit about our cows. Yeah, we're gonna be having a calf here real soon, which is exciting to us because this will be our first birth on on the property. So she's not, I don't think she's quite ready. Um, she may go in the next week or two, not sure. So with that, we're gonna have the vet out here to administer the first shots. 48 degrees. You're in northwest North Dakota near the Montana border. Okay, we drive through there sometimes when we drive out of here. So we kind of go through that way. So um that's awesome. So you're very close to Montana. We'll have to get together sometime. Um but either we're gonna have to get the vet out here to try to administer those first, you know, those injections that they get when when the calves are born. This is calving season. Like we're seeing a lot of the babies with the mamas right now, the nursing mamas. So yeah, it'll be our first here. But then we got some sad news, y'all. We got some sad news. And the sad news came yesterday that we have one of our older alpacas who is she is looks to be dying from old age. That's the thing with the alpacas when they get up into age, and it is so hard, y'all. It's so hard to witness it because you've watched them for years run around on the land, eating good, and when they start to sit down, when they lay down, um, and tuck their legs under, that's never a good sign. Alpacas typically will sleep during the day because they're always on watch at night for predators. But when they start to break away from the herd, that is usually a bad sign when they break away from the herd. And so she started breaking away from the herd a couple days ago. Yeah, y'all, it's sad. And I mean, she's beautiful too, y'all. She's beautiful. And just all of them are beautiful, but her fiber, her hair is so beautiful. Um yeah, and just all of them are just sweet. Alpacas are really, really good with children. They're kind beings. They are just a delight to have. So it is hard. My husband is like really taking it hard because he's out here with them like every single day, like talking to them and you know making sure they have hay and everything and water. um and a lot of times I'm inside homeschooling. I have my work cut out for me, just cooking, y'all, cooking several meals a day. I usually come out here like, I'll come out maybe once a day, but my husband's out here with them a lot, and he does a lot with them. So he couldn't really sleep last night. I'm like, oh boy. We've had a couple others that passed away over the last few years, and again from old age. They only live maybe 16, 17 years. So when we rescued these alpacas, they were um, they were already about 13, 14 years old, and we rescued them from a farmer who couldn't afford to feed them along with his sheep. And so when he found out we had this much land, and he was like, "Oh, they're going to be in heaven. They're going to love that." So we were able to bring them here, and it was always my dream to have alpacas, and it just worked out that they had really good fiber. But the fiber quality has a lot to do with what they eat, what they're eating, the nutrients and the supplements and things like that. So we have done our job to try to keep them healthy and well. Um, and it's hard to see them go, y'all. They usually will lay down, and you just try to keep them comfortable until it happens, you know. But yeah, that's the thing about having, these animals, and you get so close to them, and it can be very hard. But um I don't know what we'll do in the future. Like these ladies are aging out. My Alpaca mentor has reached out to me to say she wants me to consider some of her girls. She has some now that are expecting. Um, and I just don't know. I think with everything we got going on with the cat, with us having a new calf soon, the heifer giving birth, with one of our alpacas that is, um, looks like she's leaving us. I don't know if I can take any more excitement right now. So yeah, we're really don't know what we'll do alpaca wise going forward. We're scheduled to have them sheared. They get sheared um in April, late April. So we always have the shearers out here to get their fiber, their hair. And what we do from there is we process the hair, and then we could sell their hair, and it gets turned into yarn. Basically, it's their winter coats for those that don't understand what fiber is and all that stuff. So that's mainly what alpacas are. Um, People use them for, in addition to just loving them and just having, them as just you know, great animals to have around your kids. And their poop is also fertilizer, y'all. And it's a cold fertilizer that can go directly on your plants. It doesn't have to break down. Their poop is valuable. And the thing about alpacas are very clean animals. They only go to the bathroom in the same spot. So you don't have it scattered everywhere. All of them go to the potty in the same spot in the field. So they'll have several little piles all over the field. And you could package that up. A lot of people package it up, and they then sell it. Um yeah. They then turn around and sell it, and people buy it as fertilizer. And the other thing, you could breed them. That's another business model. But we only just shear their hair. And honestly, we just got them because they're so cute. I love it when they were peeping in our windows and all that stuff when we used to have them over here at the yard, but they were overgrazing. That's the other thing. You can't have them overgrazing. So we had to move them over this fence line and let them go over on the 41 acre. We have a 5 acre partial here for the house. We had to move them because they were overgrazing. And all of you that are homesteading know what I mean when I say overgrazing. But yeah, so we had to move them. So that's why people don't see me posting about them looking in our windows. It used to be something because we don't have any window treatments because we don't really have, close neighbors. So I would wake up in the morning, y'all, and they would just be sitting next to the leader of the pack. The leader of the pack, she would just be sitting as if she was guarding us in front of our bedroom window, not our children's windows. She would be sitting like in front of our window. So yeah, they're amazing beings. Like, I don't think we really understand a lot of stuff with animals and things, but we're just thankful, um, thankful that we can do this, y'all. This has been our dream, is to be out here homesteading and get out of the city and the rat race and all that stuff. Although we're looking for a second home right now. Some of y'all might have heard me talking about that. Right now, we're looking at a second home that we can spend um, some months in the city. Um, and so far, we're looking at Sacramento, the Atlanta area. And y'all, I'm gonna be in Atlanta next week. Lord willing, we'll be there next week. I want to have brunch with some of the moms. Um, I'm having a brunch with moms in Atlanta next week. Atlanta, and also we got some very, very big news to share with you guys. So I'm gonna go live on YouTube only with my YouTube followers. I'm gonna go live. so that they could see this when it unfolds in our house. I'm going to bring y'all into our home so you can see this big news that's happening. And then the other place we're looking at is Maryland. So Maryland, Atlanta, Sacramento. So that's what we're looking at. Those three places to have a second home, because although this is beautiful, the things that are lacking are community, diversity, food, like at restaurants, you miss that stuff, the ethnic food. It's beautiful though, y'all. I just wish there was more of us. I wish we could start like a little colony here. Like we need to start our own little Black Wall Street here, like I really wish that we could do that as a people, because when you look at the studies that show, I think we only own 1% of rural land. African Americans own about 1% of rural land in the USA. And that is not because we can't afford it. It's not because we couldn't afford it. Let me rephrase it. It's not because we couldn't afford it. It's not because we didn't want it. It was because of land that has been taken from our people, over the years. We need funding to create our own communities. We just need to come together. We just need to come together. Imagine if we put our money together. Y'all, do y'all know there's a young lady that started a Project 2025. She raised, I don't know, don't quote me on this, I think about 100 grand. And so then people started accusing her of mismanaging the money. So then she just announced that she's going to close the Project 2025. She was trying to rebuild Black Wall Street. And she started doing something with a Bitcoin or something. I don't think the young lady had some bad intentions. She seemed sweet. Sometimes you just you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? There's like another gentleman, I'm not going to call names, but I think he's in Atlanta. Same thing happened. Black folks started investing their money, and then all of a sudden their money disappeared and they can't get their money back. I hate when that happens, because that makes our community mistrust. Then we don't want to come together to build, because y'all, there are people out there that are sincere about building. There are snakes out there, and sadly a lot of our people end up with the snakes, and they end up giving money to snakes. But y'all, if we came together and got the right people, a group of leaders, and not people trying to swindle, the lack of trust and transparency. Yeah, amen. That's what I think they was telling her, that she didn't have. She admitted it. I watched her video this morning. She said she wasn't updating the people enough. She started doing a Bitcoin type thing and people got suspicious, and she wasn't telling people what was happening. So she just closed it down, because the internet was just, they were accusing her of. And because I don't know, y'all, we've been burnt so much, I think, as Black folks, and we mistrust each other. We mistrust. Some people said people just didn't give her time to do it. That sounded sketchy. Yeah, to me too. And then she started posting about, she was outside of a Lamborghini dealership, talking about she's manifesting a Lamborghini. I'm like, darling, you can't do that when you done collected people's money. That's one thing. Black folk ain't gonna let you play with their money. They ain't gonna let you play with their money, and I would never play with nobody money. That's one thing. Can't nobody ever say Pam did a class, a coaching, and she didn't deliver. Look, I don't play with people money. Like sometimes when people pay for stuff and then they go to the wrong email, I say, look, let me just refund you. Like I don't ever want to play with nobody's money, because I know what it's like to work hard and have to get money. But I really do wish that we could come together all over this nation, and maybe even in other countries. Like people come together like they did in Georgia. I think they started, it's called Freedom, Georgia. We need to come together, and we need to build these communities, y'all. Get with some people you trust, people that sometimes the people you think you can trust, I don't know. But get with some folks, buy some land, because let me tell y'all something. That's what they do here in Montana. That's what these people do in Montana. We got neighbors that did that. They got with their family I think it's like two sister-in-laws. They got together with their husbands. Well, the husbands got together and they put that money and they brought up a big portion of land and then they divided it out. So all and they have like a little family compound. They got a family compound. That's what we need. We need a family compound because we be moving places like this, y'all. Somebody saying the name. I didn't want to put the name out here, y'all. I didn't want to put his name out here, y'all. I ain't want to be the one to do it, but my husband said he thinks he just didn't know what he was doing. They don't think he was intentionally taking the people money. I don't know. I would hope that nobody intentionally does that. Sometimes you have good ideas, but you just don't know what you're doing. You got to have the right players in place to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, I'm a visionary. I've always been the visionary. Like I'm the one that say, let's start these businesses. I'm the entrepreneur. And my husband is the one that said, okay, slow down. You got good ideas, but let's calculate the cost. What Jesus said, no builder builds until he first calculate the cost. So my husband's the one to put it on paper, and he has the numbers and he has the administration side to make my visions flourish, right? So you have to have the right players in place. You can't just be out here doing something, taking people's money, talking about investing and all of this. And I think this gentleman that you just mentioned here, he's a good marketer. Like he's good at marketing. You have those people that are good at marketing, but execution is another whole thing. But he said he took all their money and he did it on purpose. I I don't know. It's like I can't. I don't know if it's possible. I would hope that the brother just didn't know what he was doing, because he's just definitely ruined his reputation for now. Um, but yeah, and I think he did time in jail before, so that should have made him really look, I gotta be legit. I can't mess up. But I think it would be good, y'all, like, because a lot of times we come to places like this and we don't have community. We don't have support. We don't have. I'm thankful that not far from here we got a little group. I started a little group um called what are we, the Black Heritage Club. And so we do have a little group of people that are living here in Montana that are woke, because there's a lot of folks that look like me here. I won't say a lot because there ain't a lot of us here. Some folks that look like me here, that they're here because they don't want to be around people that look like me, right? So there's folks here that I don't know, some of you guys that know me on Instagram, where I was the keynote speaker at a Juneteenth event here in Montana last year. Blue Ridge is a lot of white families, friends. That's great. I love that. Somebody's making a family compound. Y'all, and the folks that look like me didn't want me to speak because they said I was too woke. They said she is too woke. And I'm like, it's a Juneteenth event. Yeah, but yeah, so it's good if you could move to a place like this with a group of people. I wish I could get more folks to come out here in Montana. If we could get more families to come out here in Montana, I wouldn't be looking for a second home. Um, we would definitely love that if we could get some families, like-minded families, to come to Montana. Y'all, it's such a beautiful state. It's so great for your children to be in nature and all of that good stuff. Yeah, they told me I was too woke, y'all. They said she was too woke. They wanted the white speaker. They had a white speaker for 2 years in a row, and they wanted him to speak. So at a Juneteenth event. But y'all, I think my cell is gonna go dead. I'm gonna come back on here live with y'all. I gotta go plug up this phone, but I will try to come back tonight, and we'll talk more about homesteading and how we need to come together as a people and build family compounds. Imagine that. A lot of times we can't even get along with our families, but if we could get along with our families and build like this out here, then build our own schools. So y'all come back for part two. I'm gonna do part two tonight. I gotta go get the charger because I just don't want this to die. But be blessed, y'all.